Okay, folks, I just put a video up, hashtag not one more. And no sooner than I put that video up that I got word that another black man was fatally shot near San Diego and he wasn't armed. And this shit is getting out of control. I'm going to play the video of one of the people that was in the crowd after this man was shot. The shooting took place in El Cajon, which is about 15-20 minutes outside of San Diego. Here we go.
They say, "Oh, why y'all praying?" I'm praying for my family member to make it. My family praying to make it. Granted, prayer might not help police stop shooting us. That part, I personally feel like, y'all probably want to go ahead and stop that prayer because it's not helping. Sorry. I appreciate the prayer. I do. But the police are not going to stop shooting us because we praying about it. We've been praying for over 400 years. We've been asking and having Negro spirituals and some other. They're not, the prayer and stuff is not, I'm not saying God's not helping us, but what people say, the Bible says, God helps those who help themselves. Somebody check online somewhere on the news. You should say if he made it or not, but they're still talking about it right now. Shoot the boy. This is what they trying to do. Stand there with their sunglasses on. Like some damn idiots. And then gonna tell me they ain't got no body cameras. And half the police cars don't have no cameras. What sense do that make? What sense do that make? They said the body cameras is coming in 8 weeks. They give them 8 weeks to kill us. 8 weeks for some body cams. What sense do that make? Somebody check online.
All right, so that came out of the San Diego Union Tribune. Now, let me read you the story of what went down here. A black man reportedly acting erratically at a strip mall in suburban San Diego was shot and killed by police after pulling an object from his pocket, pointing it at police and assuming a shooting stance, authorities said. One of the officers tried and failed to subdue the unidentified man with a stun gun before the other officer fired several times. El Cajon Police Chief Jeff Davis said at a late night news conference, Davis would not say what the object was, but acknowledged it was not a weapon. Before police announced the death, dozens of protesters gathered at the shooting scene, with some claiming the man was shot with his hands raised. Police disputed that and produced a frame from cell phone video taken by a witness that appeared to show the man in the shooting stance as two officers approached with weapons drawn. But they knew it wasn't a gun. The fatal shooting comes just weeks after a black man was shot and killed by police in Tulsa, Oklahoma and Charlotte, North Carolina, where violent protests broke out. Now that's California, so they're not going to get as crazy as Charlotte or some of the other cities around the country. The El Cajon protest was angry but peaceful. Several dozen people, most of them black, gathered and some cursed at officers guarding the scene. They chanted Black Lives Matter and hands up, don't shoot. Davis urged the community to remain calm and said the investigation will be thorough. This will be transparent, he said. This will be looked at by multiple sets of eyes and not just ours. And he's right about that because the governor of California got a law passed that states and allows for the Attorney General to step in and handle the investigation. So, obviously it won't be the local people handling this, so we're going to need to see what comes of this particular shooting. The district attorney was on scene and also will investigate. Police said they were called to the mall shortly after 2 p.m. by the sister of a man in his 30s who said he was not acting like himself and walking in traffic. They say the man refused multiple orders to take his hand from his pocket, then was shot after pulling out the object, which was not a gun. When detectives arrived, police say a female witness came forward and voluntarily provided cell phone video of the incident. Authorities did not release the video, only the single frame from it. El Cajon officers do not wear body cameras. Right. Meantime, other videos quickly surfaced showing the aftermath. In one posted to Facebook, an unidentified woman is heard telling police at the scene that the man was ordered to take his hand out of his pocket. I said, "Take your hand out of your pocket, baby, or they're going to shoot you." That's what the woman said. He said, "No, no, no," the woman said. When he lifted his hand out, he did have something in his hand, but it wasn't no gun, and that's when they shot him. Another woman on the video who was wearing hospital-style work clothing said she's the man's sister. She appeared distraught, repeatedly shrieking and crying, telling officers that she had called them to help her brother, who she described as mentally ill. "I just called for help, and you came and killed him," she said. Michael Ray Rodriguez was among the witnesses who said the man had his hands in the air. He said he was driving out of his apartment complex past the shooting scene and saw a shirtless black man with his hands raised. "The officer let go of the trigger and shot him again and again," Rodriguez told the San Diego Union Tribune. All right, here's another one. This shit is happening too often. Anytime cops are called to the scene where help is requested, let me back up. In some instances, because I can't honestly say most, but in some instances, are not there to help. They, with their scaredy asses, perceive anything. I mean, a sneeze at some points can be perceived as a threat by police. And all they know what to do is to pull out their guns and shoot. Now, in the story, they say that one of the officers tried to subdue him with a stun gun. Well, hell, what about bum rushing a guy, which is what you see a lot of the times when it's not a black person involved. 4 or 5 officers jumping on one man should be able to subdue them. And if they're not teaching that tactic at police academies, they damn well should be. Hands up, don't shoot. I don't know about the hands up part, but I know the man was not armed with a deadly weapon, and even they acknowledged that. So there was no reason for this mentally ill man to be killed. And just for your edification, the name of that person was Alfred Olango, and he was a father and a restaurant worker and an innocent man.